Yeah, hopefully we created some unity in the country and in the world, and brought in some new fans. I hope that's what we walk away with tonight.
Unity? You hosted an event at the White House where one of the fighters called President Obama's wife a man. Yes, truly this event brought the country together. Bravo, Dana. Bravo. The reality is that nothing that Donald Trump does brings the country together, and it was never intended to. In fact, the whole reason that Trump focused on UFC specifically is expressly because that is the one sport where he is most popular. This wasn't about mending fences, it was always about doubling down on where Trump already had the most support.
Why do you think Trump loves the UFC so much?
Yeah, okay. You know, we've seen Donald Trump go to these UFC fights before, right? We see that there may be UFC fights, on the White House lawn come this weekend. And, it's because the UFC and MMA is a safe space. It is a safe space. It's a nice place. It's warm and lovely for the President of the United States. Party ID league among fans of MMA. Look at this. Republicans hold the lead among MMA fans. Look at that, plus 14. Versus soccer, if he goes to the World Cup, I don't think that's going to be friendly territory for the president. Look at that. Democrats hold the party ID lead there, a plus 12. And we know that Donald Trump was booed at the Garden. Look at that. Democrats hold a 28-point lead on fans of the NBA.
And look, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'm not against the UFC. I wrestled for a decade. Combat sports are a part of who I am, a part of who this country is. But it is not the government's job to host human cockfighting because the God King wants entertainment. This isn't Rome and the Colosseum. And more importantly, we've got people in this country who are hurting, who can't afford food or healthcare or housing. And the message being sent to them right now is that Trump is more focused on hosting blood sports in his front lawn than helping anybody. And yet, this is who Trump is. He is in it for himself. That's why he spent his presidency building himself a ballroom, buying himself a jet, repaving the Rose Garden for himself, slapping his name on the Kennedy Center, putting banners with his own face on it on side of government buildings, trying to build a new arch. This is about Trump, which would be bad enough by itself, but even worse given the fact that the entire pitch he gave to voters was that he would finally usher in an America First agenda. He would finally focus on the little guy, the forgotten person. Apparently that meant cutting healthcare and food assistance while boosting his own net worth $4 billion.